so happy to, thank you for joining, and thank you for always being part of this community. Lifeline with Liz, you're welcome to Lifeline with Liz, where everybody is welcome, no matter where you're from, your cultural background. This is a community where we inspire each other, where we, talk to each other, where we help each others out. So it's not, it's not about, anybody's background, but it's for everybody. So thank you again for all your support, for all your comments that you're always, commenting on this program. And please, as you're joining in, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to visit our website www.lifelinewithlist.com. You can learn more about us, how you can join the community, and what you can do to help, because this program is about inspiring people. We're not here to judge anybody, but we're here to talk to each other. So when you visit our website, if you have a topic you want us to talk about, please send it to us. If you want counseling, you are going through some stuff that you want to talk about, but there's no avenue for you to talk about it, we are here. That's what Lifeline with Lisa is for. So please, as you're joining, don't forget to share. Again, happy weekend to everybody. Hope your weekend is going great. Today our topic is facing failure and bouncing back. Facing failure and bouncing back. There's no one, even the most wealthiest person in the world, that has at one point in their life that has seen face failure, or that have tried something and it didn't work out the way they thought it would work out. It's okay, it's okay to have a setback, because failure is setback. So but what is not okay is for us to give up, is to fail. You see, that's why the bounce back comes in. That's why, when something happens, it's like a child that's trying to walk, they fall down, because they take the step, because they're not used to it, their leg is still wobbling. And then once they fall down, guess what? They have to get up, because, trying is what make them to become a great worker, to become a great person, to be able to achieve that goal of being able to walk. So failure is not the end of the world. I'm telling you, when you face failure, when something happens, when you're trying something, either a project, either a business, either a relationship, and it didn't work out, fine, it's okay, it didn't work out. But how do we bounce back? How do we bounce back from our fall? How do we bounce back from our stumble? Don't even let's say fall, our stumble, because everyone stumble. Everyone, no matter how smart you are, how knowledgeable you are, at one point in life you are going to stumble. So how do you bounce back from the failure? How do you get back on your feet? How do you move forward? How do you go another part? Because the part that you fail on probably wasn't the right one for you at that point that you tried. So to bounce back from failure, you must first acknowledge the setback and reframe it as a learning experience. When something you start didn't work out, it didn't pan out, and the result that you were expecting is not what you get. First of all, you have to acknowledge, okay, fine, this didn't work out for me. This is not what I thought it would be, but it didn't work out. So, okay, now how do I bounce back? So first acknowledge the setback. Know it as a setback. Know it as, okay, this didn't work out. This is a setback to where I need to be. So this is not taking me to where I want to go. So fine. And then also reframe it as a learning experience. Okay, how? What happened? What went wrong? What was I expecting that didn't happen? What didn't I put into consideration? And then at the end of the day, that's why I'm at the result that I'm in right now. So, let me tell you something, every failure that we go through in life, every stumble is for us to learn. Because see, we are human beings, we are creature, that we're still evolving every day, no matter how old you are or how young you are. Every day we are evolving, because we are growing. The age that you were last year is not the same age that you are this year. It's not going to be the same age that you are next year. So as we grow, we have to evolve. So how do everything that happened in our life, we have to look at it as a learning experience. Every failure, every setback, every stumble that happened in our life, you have to first look at it as a learning experience. What have I learned from this mistake that I made? What have I learned from this stumble? What have I learned from this failure? And then how do I get back? Then also, okay, this plan didn't work out, so start afresh, because sometimes we are so afraid to start afresh when something didn't work out, because we believe that everything is going to end up in the same way. No, it does not, because no two things are alike. So everything is different. So how do you then also, once you acknowledge the failure, once you acknowledge what gave you the setback, what make you to stumble, then also create a new plan and analyze what went wrong. Because if you don't know what went wrong in what you did before, then you're likely going to make the same mistake. And then what is the point? You're just going to be repeating the circle. And that's not how we evolve. That's not how we get to achieve the goal that we want to achieve. What went wrong? But just because you're trying to to know what went wrong, or analyze what went wrong, or where you misstep, or what you didn't think about, but that was the thing that didn't make the project or the relationship or the situation to fail. Don't let it, just because that happened, it does not mean it's the end of the world. Okay, fine. Now you have acknowledged what happened. You have analyzed what went wrong. Then, you're analyzing what went wrong. You're thinking about what went wrong. You're looking at what went wrong, because it's, like I say, it's a learning process. So that we won't make the same mistake. Also, be kind to yourself. I'm telling you, just because it didn't work out doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean it's not because you're not smart. It doesn't mean because you're not good enough. That relationship didn't work. It's not because you're not pretty enough. It's not because you're not handsome enough. It's just something just didn't work out. So we look at what did not work out, so that the next relationship, you can afford the same situation that brought the other relationship to an end, or that make the relationship to fail, or the marriage to fail, or the situation not to, or the project not to, not to get the result that you want on the project. So, be kind to yourself. I always say on this program, you are your own cheerleader. Be kind to yourself. You're not a failure just because you fail at something. It just means that, okay, this didn't work out. So then how do you go to the next step? So be kind to yourself. First, look at yourself, and don't put down yourself. I always tell people, nobody can put you down unless you first put yourself down. Nobody can have access to you unless you give them the access. So you have to first be kind to yourself, and then seek feedback. There's nothing wrong with getting feedback from people, because sometimes they say that a smart person learn from other people's mistake, but a foolish person always want to learn from their mistake. Fine, you have made the first mistake, you have failed at the first thing, so then get feedback from people that we encourage you, people that know you, people that are there for you, not people that will put you down, not the people that will use their tongue to even make you feel worse, not the people that are not going to be kind to you. Just because something didn't work out doesn't, not every failure is actually our mistake. It just means that something happened that we were not expecting, something that we didn't put into account, because nobody sees tomorrow, nobody sees the future, but we go day by day, we live our life day by day, so, and then get feedback from people who can help you. People seek the right help from the people that, maybe someone have already achieved the project that you're trying to achieve. Go to them, ask for feedback. Okay, this is what I did. I don't know, where did I go wrong? Because sometimes we don't even see where we are went wrong, or what step that we took that we're not supposed to take. So that's what it is. So they get feedback from the people. And then if you see, maybe sometimes, I know we human beings, we like to run. We don't even want to walk sometimes. But sometimes we need to crawl before we even walk, or before we can run. But sometimes it's like what we want to do is because we want to get here fast. We have a goal that we have set. We have this big dream that we want to accomplish. Sometimes it's when things happen, when you stumble along the line of trying to do something, what you need to do is take a step back. When you take a step back, then, set a smaller goal for yourself. Set a smaller achievable goal. Start little by little, because maybe the way you attack the first project is why it didn't pan out. Maybe the way you are in the relation, the way you're too involved into relation, the way you're too available in the relationship, maybe that's what did not work out. So set a smaller achievable goal for yourself, okay, to rebuild, not to even for anything, to rebuild yourself, to rebuild your mind, to rebuild your momentum, not to be say, okay, just because someone is doing this doesn't mean, it doesn't mean the same path that they're taking is going to work for you, because you are your own self. You are individual. You have your own name. You have your own manners. You have your own character. You have your own impartation inside you. No two impartations are the same. They might be alike, but they're never the same. So you need to first send a momentum for yourself. Rebuild yourself. And develop a resilience. Don't give up. You see, because a failure is someone that tried, and someone that failed and never try again. But you see, don't rebuild, develop resilience. Okay, one thing, this I will achieve it. You cannot achieve anything unless you have a strong mindset. So you have to develop a resilient mindset that one thing, I will make it, I will get it, I will have this relationship, I will be there, I will be great. Because if you don't talk to yourself, if you don't share yourself, or if you don't build a strong mind, you can never achieve anything. You're going to give up. And I don't want you to give up, because let me tell you something, just because you stumble does not mean you have to stay stumble. It doesn't mean you have to stay down. You shake it off. You shake it off. So you develop a resilient mindset. Like, okay, this I will work at it. This I will do it. I will do it this way. If you try one way, it didn't work out, try another way, because that's what it means to evolve. That's what it means to develop. That's what it means to bounce back, to move forward, to not think about your tomorrow, to look forward to the future. Because something that happened yesterday, let me tell you something, if you don't let go of yesterday, you will not even know what is happening today. Talk less of what will happen tomorrow. So you have to develop a resilient mindset, and build a strong support. Look into your community, because sometimes we always say, I don't want problems, so I want to keep to myself. No, look into your community, who can help you build a network, a supportive network, not the network that will pull you down, not the network that will destroy you, but a supportive network that will help you, that will support you in your goal, so that you can achieve that goal. Sometimes what you are doing, the project that you lay your hand on, it takes two people to even make to be able to achieve the goals that you want. But if you try to do it alone, you're going to continue to end up with the same result. And then when you end up with the same result, then you'll be disappointed in yourself. Then you lead to depression. Then you lead to sickness. I pray that is not your portion, everyone that is hearing me today. But I'm just telling you that, sometimes if your mindset is not strong, then, you end up where you don't want to end up. You end up where you think you're supposed to be, but that's not what, where you are being apportioned to be. So, build a strong support network and take care of your mental and physical well-being. Let me tell you something. If your mind is not in a good state, you cannot do anything. If you are not happy, you cannot even dream, talk less of achieving your goals. So that's what you have to understand. So you have to take care of yourself. I'm telling you, you need to take care of yourself. Mentally, you need to take care of yourself. Physically, you need to take care of yourself. Okay, this project is giving you headache. Every time you're trying to think about it, you're not getting, there's no right idea coming up. Take a step from it. Put it aside for a while. If you need to take a vacation, take a vacation. If you need to take a walk, take a walk. Go out, go dancing. If you need to, you need to go to the park, go to the park. Go to a sports game, something that will relieve your mind, something that will, that will make your mind to relax. Because when our mind is not relaxed, we are constantly on a roller coaster. And a mind that is constantly on a roller coaster, doesn't all the time is not a good thing. I'm telling you. And some people are built to constantly, being on a roller coaster. But if they don't slow down, they're going to fall. If they don't slow down, then they're going to, they will not achieve anything. They will just be, a jack of all trades, master of none. So take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your well-being, so that you can be useful for yourself. I know, and also crucial for moving forward. Think, okay, how do I move forward? If you're in good health, you'll be able to move forward. If you're in good health, you'll be able to think well. If mentally you are okay, you'll be able to think straight. You'll be able to know where you have made mistake. Then how do you bounce back? Because the idea will come to you, because if the first idea comes to you to start something, to do the project, to do the business, or even to start the relationship, if you take a step back, if you are in good condition, you will be okay. You'll be able to bounce back. You'll be able to move forward. Because when you're in good health, when your mental well-being is okay, then you'll be able to go to the next step. You'll be able to bounce back. You'll be able to, shake it off, the failure that has happened in your life. Allow yourself a space, limiting amount of time to be disappointed. Don't dwell on it so much. I'm not telling you not to think about it. If things didn't work out, you don't have to be like, oh, stick to that damn, disappointment for like 6 months. For what? It's not called for. You don't need it. So don't dwell on it for so long. Don't let it weigh you down. Because sometimes when it's okay, when you have a bad situation that happens to you and you have it on repeat in your mind, first of all, you will never move on from that situation. And second of all, the more you think about that sad situation, the more your heart will hurt, because your heart will be broken over and over and over and over again. So don't allow yourself, just like give yourself time. Okay, this is what happened. This is why it didn't work out. This is what I did wrong. Okay, now how do I bounce back? Okay, what do I need to do to bounce back? But don't dwell on it so long. And don't say, oh, okay, oh, this is not going to work out. Don't be too disappointed in yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell you in a nutshell. Do not be too disappointed in yourself. Okay, it didn't work out. It's a mistake. Okay, fine. What is the next step? What is the next step? Is my mental being ready for the next step? If it's not, how do I get to the next step? And then also separate the failure from your self-worth. Let me tell you something. Your failure is not your self-worth. Just because you fail at something or something didn't work out does not define who you are. It does not. Your failure does not define who you are. It doesn't make or owe you. It's just a step in the journey. It's just a setback in the journey of life that you are journeying right now. And don't make it too personal. Oh my God, it's because, I'm this, I'm that. Sometimes, let me tell you something, if you don't self-positive talk to yourself, you can never come out of your failure. I'm just telling you that right now. But self-positive talk to yourself. Don't let that failure separate it from who you are. Okay, your failure is not you. Does not define who you are. Does not define yourself, or does not define your ability. It just means that in that journey, at that moment in life, that this just doesn't work out. This business didn't work out. This relationship didn't work out. It doesn't mean the next relationship is going to be like, it's not going to work. It doesn't mean the next project you're not going to achieve the right goal. It doesn't mean the next business venture you start on that you're not going to make it. So, and be kind and forgive yourself. Let me tell you, nobody can make, you have to have the set of mind that nobody's above mistake. Everyone make mistake. There's nothing wrong with making mistake. So you have to forgive yourself, because if you don't forgive yourself, then no one is going to forgive you, because it's your failure. It's your mistake. So no one can judge you. No one have the power or the authority to tell you, oh, okay, just because that marriage didn't work, you're not good for marriage. Who are they? So forgive yourself. Like once you have know what you have done wrong, once you have know what went wrong, so forgive yourself. Let it go. Release it. Release the anger. Release the frustration. Don't hold on to it. Be kind to yourself and forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself and forgive yourself. Once you do those two things, if you are kind to yourself and you forgive yourself, I'm telling you, that's a whole load off of your shoulder. That will not weigh you down. That will not stop you from moving on. That will not stop you from getting what you need to get. That will not stop you from achieving the goal that you need to achieve. Feel the failure as a learning opportunity and a chance to improve improve your skill and ability. You see, when you make mistake in something, I'm sure you're not going to do the same thing. You're not going to make the same mistake again, because you have learned. Then you have developed your skills and how to better, even develop your ability in, in the next step, in the next project that you want to do, because you will not make the same mistake, because you have learned from the first one. And then, ask people for constructive feedback, from other that, that will let other people tell you their perspective. Not every perspective will work, but let others, people that have been through what you have been through, people that are going through what you have went through, how they overcome it, how they survive it, ask for opinion, and be ready for, for, like, how do you say, constructive criticism, because sometimes we don't want anybody to, I don't want anybody to pull me down. No, I'm not telling you, people that are, that are malicious. I'm not telling you to talk to people that are malicious. I'm telling you to talk to people that love you enough to tell you the truth, love you enough to want to help you, love you enough to give you the constructive feedback that you need, to be able to move forward, to be able to achieve the goal, to be able to better yourself, to be able to get another relationship that is better than the one that didn't work out. Analyze the failure to understand what went wrong without judgment. And like I say, don't judge yourself. Don't put yourself down. Don't say, you're not good. You're not good. You're not good. Once you repeat it enough, you will believe that you're not good. Don't judge, don't judge yourself. Just analyze it. What went wrong? What did I do? What do I need to do? Because when we are learning from our failures, because we want to know what we can do better, how we can better ourselves, how we can come out of what did not work at the first time around, how we can better the next, how we can have another chance to better ourselves, to achieve the goals that we need to achieve. And then also, always discipline yourself in other area of your life to build momentum and sense of control, because sometimes things didn't work out because we don't have control, because we don't have control, we don't, we do everything. And when we start, we must start off with doing it well, and then by the time we get to the middle, we lose control of everything because we lose focus. So focus, don't lose focus. Maintain discipline. Like, okay, this is the project that I want to do. This is how I want to do it. Okay, I will do two today. I will do 2 tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, maybe I will do 2 or 3. But always have discipline to continue. Because when you don't have discipline, then you lose control over whatever you're trying to do. And when you lose control, that's when things fail. That's when things don't work out. So always maintain discipline in your life, in the aspect of anything. Even in relationship, you need discipline, whether you like it or not. So always maintain discipline in every area of your life. In every area of life that can help you to achieve what you need to achieve. And don't be afraid to ask for support from people. There's no man is an island. Nobody knows it all. There's no one that is the Alpha, Alpha, Omega. We are all learning. Even the smartest people is still learning. So we are all learning to evolve and to develop ourselves. So don't be afraid to ask for help with people around you. That's why we have community. That's why we have community that we belong to. That's why we have friends. That's why we have partners. That's why we have, husband and wife. So, ask for people, people that are your cheerleader, people that are supportive, ask them for help so that they can support you. Because sometimes you need someone else to be able to achieve the goal that you need to achieve. Because no man is an island. We need each other. We need the community. Either it's your church, either it's your mosque, anywhere, your temple, anywhere, you need your community. In school, you need your community. And always make sure you ask for support. The people that are there for you. Don't try to do everything all by yourself. And take small steps. Take small steps to get back to work on your goals. Don't rush. But you see, this race, this journey in life, this race is for you. I'm telling you the truth. You're not racing with anybody, even though the twins don't have the same path. So you are not racing against anybody. This is your journey. This is your life. So take a small step Take things at your own space. Don't walk, they always say don't walk on somebody else's watches. Don't walk on somebody else's time. Walk on your own time, on your own ability, on your own capability. Because when you walk on your own capability, you will achieve what you want to achieve for yourself. Because you have to realize that the goal that you set, you didn't set it because of the next person next to you. You didn't set it because of your friend, your spouse. You set it because of yourself. Because you are the one that wants to achieve the goals. You are the one that wants to make it. You are the one that wants to build the business. You are the one that, the inspiration, the impartation came from. So take a small step, and then to get back to work, little by little. Okay, the first one didn't work out. So this is another thing. Okay, how do I make it to work out? So take a small step and take, time to learn as you go, as you move forward. Take, to learn and to develop yourself. And so that way you'll be able to achieve your goal. Even if it's just one small action at a time, it works for you. Just one action is, like I say, this race is for your own. It's your own journey. Nobody else is going to receive the glory but you. Nobody else is going to receive the praise but you. But you don't want to continue to fail. If you are always rushing, if you're setting your time as someone else's time, if you're setting your goals as someone else's goal, but if it's your goal, this is your goal. So in order for you to achieve it, you need to work on it your own time, so that you will not end up in the same failure that you're just trying to bounce back from. I hope I have inspired someone today. Again, thank you so much for joining Lifeline with Liz, where everybody is welcome. If you have topic you want us to talk about, please feel free to let us know. We are on Facebook, we are on we are on YouTube, we are also on Instagram, we're on TikTok. So I'm looking forward to hear from you. I want to hear your comments. What do you think about today's topic? Facing failure and bouncing back. Facing failure and bouncing back. What do you think about the topic? And then what topic do you have in mind that you want to discuss? So please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments. And also visit our website, www.lifelinewithliz.com. Visit our website, where I know what we're all about. And again, for all the Lifeline supports that supporters that are helping us behind the cameras, that are going now to help, our kids with their school supply. Thank you so much. You are well appreciated. I show you, this is the month of gratitude in America. I show you a gratitude. Thank you so much. Heaven will reward you. And what you have been doing, I really appreciate it. All the kids that you're reaching out to, that we are helping. And also, if you want to support us, please visit our website. Know in a way that you can support us. Be part of our community. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Again, thank you for joining Lifeline with Liz. And I'm going to leave you with this word of prayer as you're going this week. This is the month of Thanksgiving. I want you to appreciate God. Just appreciate God. Don't ask for anything in this week. Appreciate God for everything that He has done. This is the 11th month of 2025. Just thank God. That's my prayer that I want you to pray in this week. I thank you for being alive, for salvation, for love, for my health, for my family. I want you to thank God. Thank God, because from January till now, many things have happened in the world. Wherever continent you are, so many things have happened, but you are still here. You are still here. And I know that the fact that you're still in the 11 months, you're going to see 2026, and you're going to see beyond 2026. So just, appreciate, your creator, and give thanks to your creator in this coming week. Again, happy weekend, and I will see you next week with Lifeline with Liz. Bye.